What is up, guys? Stu here. And that is right, baby, it is finally time. It is that time of the year again. It's a London Film Festival and it kicks off today, and that means films. And lots of them. So starting today, expect a whole butt ton of film reviews dropping on the channel from across the whole festival. It's very exciting times indeed, so make sure you're subscribed down below. Make sure you don't miss any of those reviews when they do come up. But let's get cracking on the first film of the festival for me, which was Peanut Butter Falcon. Now, this one was actually one of my most anticipated of the festival because I've known a couple of people from across the pond that have said, yep, it's a glorious film. And what a doozy to start with. This film was wonderful. If you've not heard about it, it's a directorial debut of Tyler Nilson and Mike Schwartz. And essentially it follows a young guy with Down syndrome that breaks free of his care home in the hopes of trekking across America to meet his idol wrestler and eventually become a wrestler himself. And on the way, he bumps into Shia Lebeouf, who is also on the run from his own problems in his life. We have a little adventure. Boom's your daddy. Let's go. Boom's your daddy? I don't even know where that came from. This film is heartwarming though, in the best way possible. It's impossible to get through this film without having the biggest smile on your face. And I think one of the main reasons for that is undeniably our lead performance from Zach Gottsagen, who leads this film in the most spectacular way. I don't know what to say about his performance here. Every scene he's in and every line he gives is just wonderful. He just brings this insanely contagious charm to the film, and it was a joy to watch him. And I'm so happy that they just treat his character and his performance as they do any other character performance in the film. But it's his relationship against his co-star Shia Lebeouf, which is genuinely one of my favourite sort of duos of the year. It's totally easy to see why this film got so much buzz when it aired at Sundance earlier in the year, and maybe to some that might be to its detriment. It might be seen as quite obvious, quite cliche in many aspects, but honestly one of the things I think is an undeniable positive of this film, which I don't think anyone can disagree with, is that our central relationship in the film is just so endlessly watchable. Yeah, sure, I guess you kind of know where it's going to go. We've seen relationships like this before on screen, but the humanity that Shia LaBeouf brings to his character in what has to be one of his best roles just ever, and I say that as a genuine Shia LaBeouf fan, honestly feels like you're watching a genuine friendship. I have no doubt that these two are absolutely best buds in real life, and that bleeds through every frame, and it's essential to making this film work, because ultimately, yeah, when you look at it on paper, this story isn't necessarily anything groundbreaking, anything new. The situation, the circumstances, and the characters are different for sure, but on paper, the beats of this film could be seen as quite cliche, which I don't think innately makes it a bad thing, and I think this film is a testament to the fact that you can take something almost kind of cliche or generic and still make a really, really solid film. You might want to take a lot of this review with a pinch of salt, because yes, this is definitely my exact type of film, so maybe I'm slightly biased on that front, but there's absolutely something to be said for the sheer charm of this one. I think even if you're someone that doesn't necessarily warm to a lot of films like this, it's surely impossible not to crack a smile and fall a little bit in love with these characters. I went into this one wanting to be entertained, wanting to be moved, wanted to have a good time. I got all of that and more. There are definitely certain aspects of it that didn't work for me. I'm not going to sit here and say it was a perfect film. For one, I think honestly it could have been about a half hour longer. For the way this film was going, the way it wraps up, I think it sort of crams quite a lot into the back half of the film. Doesn't derail anything, doesn't ruin anything, but I can't help but feel like it could have gone for more at the end of this film and been way more effective. And also certain character relationships feel like they're just thrown in there as well. Like, for how good our central relationship is between Shia and Zach, you've also got Dakota Johnson in the mix, and I'm not saying she gives a bad performance. She's great in the film, and her character has a role to play. She doesn't feel totally useless, but her relationship specifically with Shia LaBeouf's character in the film can have a tendency to feel a little bit tacked on. It's almost as if they were like, yeah, we've got this amazing heartwarming relationship, we need something else. Love interest. I'm not going to say no to it, but I have to admit it does feel, at least compared to other relationships in the film, a little bit tacked on. I feel like I would have just watched 2 hours of Zach and Shia and been happy with it. So I guess anything on top of that is just a little bit of a cherry on top. But ultimately, it's super heartwarming. It's poignant. It's got a lot to say, this one. It is a genuine crowd pleaser of a film, and I genuinely don't want that to sound like it's a criticism, because it's a wholly positive thing to say. Because ultimately, at a time like this, we fucking need crowd-pleasing films like this, and we need films that will make us feel a little bit happiness. So yeah, totally did it for me. A really, really solid start to the festival. One of my favourites of the year, just sheerly in terms of enjoyment. I cannot wait to see it again. I believe it comes out over here in the UK in late October, and you better believe I'm going to be getting a ticket and sitting my booty down to watch this again. But what about you guys? Have you seen the Peanut Butter Falcon yet? Have you seen it at the festival, or are you planning to? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comments below. We'll have a little discussion there. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the next review from the film festival, and you can just watch me gradually get more and more tired as I watch more and more films and get up way, way, way too early for them. Until next time, stay beautiful, motherfuckers.